347 Palestinians killed in just 1 month, among them 136 children, sons, daughters, each with names, faces, dreams. This happened not during war, but during what the world calls a ceasefire. International media declared the crisis over, but Amnesty International just shattered that comfortable lie with a legal bombshell. Israel's genocide is not over. It's simply rebranded. The ceasefire, they warn, is a dangerous illusion and a smokescreen. Here's the truth about what's really happening in Gaza and why the world is being catastrophically fooled. Life in Gaza, since the October 9th ceasefire, has been bitter deception. While bombardment decreased, death never stopped. 11 Palestinians die daily, including 5 children. Families return to neighborhoods reduced to rubble, finding homes obliterated, wells poisoned, streets cratered. Medical workers interviewed by Amnesty describe hospitals at 10% capacity with zero supplies. Palestinians are confined to less than half of Gaza, areas Amnesty explicitly states are incapable of supporting basic life. Imagine being forced into a corner where there's insufficient water, no electricity, contaminated soil, and bombed buildings as shelter. This is reality for 2.3 million people. Humanitarian staff testify that essential supplies remain deliberately restricted, creating what Amnesty calls deliberate systematic starvation. 2 years of bombardment traumatized an entire generation. Now that trauma compounds as the world abandons them. Palestinians hear politicians declare ceasefire success while burying their children. They watch aid trucks blocked while their babies starve. The psychological warfare of being told you're at peace while experiencing genocide may be Israel's cruelest tactic yet. Israel reduced attacks just enough to claim ceasefire compliance while maintaining genocidal conditions. By keeping infrastructure destroyed, aid restricted, and populations confined to uninhabitable zones, Israeli authorities prove genocide doesn't require constant bombing. Systematic deprivation achieves the same end. Amnesty notes Israel has taken 0 steps to investigate officials responsible, and senior figures continue making open genocidal statements without consequence. The message: this fake ceasefire gives Israel freedom to continue genocide at a politically acceptable pace. Amnesty International's Secretary General Agnes Callamard issued a blunt warning: the world must not be fooled. Israel's genocide is not over. This legal determination from one of the world's most respected organizations provides crucial accountability foundation. Amnesty stated Israel is still deliberately inflicting conditions of life intended to bring about physical destruction of Palestinians. Exact language of the Genocide Convention's Article 2. The organization demanded world leaders uphold their duty to prevent genocide, referencing the International Court of Justice's ruling that all states must act. This analysis strengthens ongoing ICC investigations and future universal jurisdiction cases. UN agencies document the crisis continues. WHO reports Gaza's health system on its knees. OCHA shows aid remains 30% below minimum needs. The UN Special Rapporteur has repeatedly characterized Israel's actions as genocide. The United States helped broker October's ceasefire and resumed some aid. European leaders praised the agreement and pledged reconstruction support. However, Amnesty exposes the gap between diplomatic rhetoric and ground reality. The ceasefire was achieved only through international pressure, rather than any change in Israel's stance. Western governments risk complicity by accepting this facade without demanding verification that genocidal conditions ended. Despite suffocating conditions, Palestinians continue their sumud, steadfast existence as resistance. Medical workers return to barely functioning hospitals daily. Teachers gather children in rubble, maintaining education as defiance against erasure. The testimonies Amnesty collected required immense courage, documenting genocide while being targeted for truth-telling. Life persists. Weddings happen in rubble. Babies are born in siege. Communities organize mutual aid. This isn't just survival, it's refusal to be destroyed. Each day Palestinians remain. They defy genocidal intent. Young diaspora Palestinians use social media to bypass gatekeepers, building pressure that forced this ceasefire and can force accountability. Amnesty's determination accumulates irrefutable documentation for future justice. Israel's ongoing genocide creates permanent legal liability. Officials risk arrest in 120-plus ICC member countries. This tests whether international law applies equally or only to the powerless. Grassroots movements build pressure from below, ensuring this live-streamed genocide cannot be denied by future generations. Amnesty's briefing is a legal determination. 347 Palestinians weren't ceasefire casualties, they were genocide victims. 136 children weren't peacetime deaths, they were killed during calculated deception. These aren't statistics. These are children named Ahmad, Fatima, Mohammed, who deserved futures. The ceasefire must not become a smokescreen for genocide, Calamard declared. The world's most respected human rights organization called out the lie. Will we listen? Despite horror, Gaza continues. Palestinians resist through remaining. They teach, heal, build, document. 75 years of erasure attempts, and Palestinians remain. That's the ultimate human spirit testimony. Share this video. Boycott companies profiting from genocide. Contact representatives demanding they acknowledge ongoing genocide, not false ceasefires. Every action counters normalization. Tomorrow, international legal mechanisms to prosecute genocide. Subscribe to stay informed and demand justice.